All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another film session, NBA film session. On this time on Norman Powell and the Clippers. Norman Powell's been pretty excellent to start the season, shooting 48% on threes, 57% on twos, 65 effective field goal percentage, averaging 25 points per game, and he had his latest, good game, latest, breakout game. Not even a breakout, just hot, efficient game against the Philadelphia 76ers on prime time last night on ESPN. And he was, like I said, efficient, excellent. 25 points, 6 assists. Nobody has more 20-point games than him this season. So, he's honestly been one of the best guards in the NBA this season, scoring wise. And he's doing it efficiently, like I said, almost, 57% field goal percentage, and 48% on threes, which is insane. And he's taking at a high volume as well, 8 threes per game, 8 twos per game. So he's doing a nice balance, mixing it up, getting his shots inside the lane, of course, outside the arc. But, let's just get into it against the 76ers. Obviously, maybe had a little bit of revenge on his mind or, get back against Paul George. But, of course, like I said, another excellent game. So let's get into the film. This time he just comes off a screen. You can see here from the wing, comes off a screen. He's got a little handoff with Zubac. He can attack to his right, takes Oubre all the way to the paint, and hits a nice floater over him. Nothing too fancy, just getting efficient buckets. Spacing a little bit weird this time. You can see him and man pretty much standing in the same area. But he comes around and just hits a, pull-up three. Like, when you're hot this season, you're hot. Can't really do much about it. And the Sixers really had no answers for him. This time comes off a screen, has a pretty clean catch. Comes off the stagger screen this time. Going to his right. Often you see a lot of right-handed shooters, they prefer going to their left, but, he does it both ways. Pause, and he goes to his right and hits a pretty clean shot. Nobody really contesting him. Maxey has a late, reach in, but even then he doesn't really affect his shot that much. And you can see the game is still pretty tight. So obviously these were, vital and effective buckets. And the Clippers really need his scoring, especially obviously without Kawhi Leonard this season, for at least the beginning part of the season. This time he comes off the screen, but Zubac actually flips the screen. So he comes off the pick and roll again. Gets a pretty clean catch. Drummond kind of in the drop show, type of defense. Comes off this screen, then comes off this screen. Zubac creates enough space. Zubac has been pretty good this season as well. It's interesting to see, the Clippers have a lot of good pieces. Zubac, Powell, even Derrick Jones Jr. It'll be interesting to see, do they play it out this season? Are they, just waiting for Kawhi so they can make their run, towards the playoffs this season? But we'll see what they do, because I think they don't have any draft picks. Most of them are, allocated to the Thunder in the Paul George trade. So, yeah, not much draft picks, but we'll see about their future, how well they actually, manage it, in the upcoming years, especially with Kawhi's health. Another clean catch, he's creating enough space, and obviously thanks to Zubac, creates enough space off the pick and knocks down the three. And he was 8 for 10 this game, right? He only missed 2 threes, 8 for 10 otherwise. 8 of 8 otherwise, I should say, because he knocked down, 6 of 8 from 3-point line. He was efficient otherwise, making all of his 2-point shots. This time he just gets a floater. And obviously the Sixers aren't that great without Embiid in terms of rim protection as well. But he comes off the screen. You got Eric Gordon chasing him. Off the screen. What is that? Chicago or zoom action. One screen, another screen with a handoff. Gets enough space. Attacks Drummond on the handoff. And Drummond never really steps up to him, and he gets off a pretty clean floater. So he's showing a variety of ways. He had a few floaters, some catch and shoot threes off the dribble, off the just catch and shoot threes off of screens, just catching it and rising up right away. Of course, he can spot up as well. This time he makes a good pass to Derrick Jones Jr. Just quick decision, making the extra pass. This time again off the dribble, feeling himself against Paul George. Maybe Paul George guarding him, doing that. He did that a few times in practice, maybe before. But of course, he was hot this game. But it was nothing new this season. Like, he's just been hot this season, like the entire season. He had 30-point game against the Nuggets, or 37-point game against the Nuggets. Had a few other 25+ point outbursts this season as well. That's just a nasty move to split the double team. I think he goes behind the back. Does he go through the legs as well? Can't even see. Kicks it out to man in the corner. Makes a good pass. This game he had 6 assists, so that was good for the Clippers, of course. But he's only averaging 2 assists on the season, so it was nice to see him, take advantage of his, attention that he's getting from the defense, and just another time making a good play. This time he rejects the screen from Zubac, kind of plays Oubre, goes back to the right, left to right crossover, gets in the paint. You see Lowry as the low man. He's gonna help off of Derrick Jones Jr. But Derrick Jones Jr. of course makes the baseline cut for an easy lob, and he gets an easy dunk. And of course, Harden's of course the main dribbler on the team. But if Powell can make some good plays as well to set up other people as well, that will of course help them for sure this season. This time he just comes off the screen. Maybe travels a little bit, but just takes his time in the paint. He sees Batum on the dump off. Batum makes the mid-range shot. Making simple plays, nothing too fancy. That's what the good players do, right? They make it look easy. They make it look simple. This time that's not so easy, making a pull up three. But like I said, he was like 80%. 80% from the field today, so you can't really blame him. And look at that, 21 points, 7 for 9 field goals, 5 for 7 threes. The game is getting out of hand for the 76ers as well, 17-point lead. Chris Dunn makes a nice play. They just have a pretty, bunch of solid role players. Like Chris Dunn, solid, backup point guard as well. Who's Dunn helps off of Yabusele. Powell gets the easy dunk and gets fouled as well. Once again, this time running a pick and roll for Norman Powell. Gets to the baseline, kicks it out to the corner. Pretty solid pass. They're saying he took an extra step, but maybe he did, but you get the benefit of the doubt when you're up 20 points. The referee's not, looking that closely. This time he is spotting up at the corner, but he makes a quick decision. Derrick Jones Jr., that's his, expertise coming off the double release valve. Makes a good decision to just engage Drummond. I think Ricky Council goes to Zubac. Norman Powell fakes out McCain, hits the side step 3, and that pretty much did it for the Clippers, up 20 points with just 5-6 minutes in the fourth quarter. Norman Powell, their leading scorer this season, actually, 25 points a game, like I said. There you go, he gets a steal over there. This time they run the stagger again for Norman Powell, coming to his right hand. He sees 2 people, pretty easily come to him. He knows Zubac got the open roll, makes the nice pass to Zubac, and Zubac gets the easy dunk. So Norman Powell, excelling this season in his role, stepping up in that void that Paul George left, obviously going to the 76ers. So, that's impressive performance from him. Clippers continue to be feisty. They beat the Nuggets, they beat the Warriors. I think Steph got injured that game, but still, they've had some nice wins. Obviously, they've had some bad losses as well. And even last game, they had like a 25-point comeback against the Spurs. So they've been feisty. It's not like they're giving up, not like they're just happy to be, 10, 11 seed. They're still fighting. And like I said, it'll be interesting to see what, Clippers management thinks. Like, do they think they can make a playoff run once Kawhi Leonard comes back? But anyways, I think that's too far in the future. But for right now, Norman Powell is balling. He's playing like an all-star, to be honest. And looking forward to see how he does, how he continues to carry the load for the Clippers in Kawhi's absence. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.